lot of people that come to us through clinical services have had a lot of stuff forced upon them, forced treatments, all sorts of stuff like that. We try not to replicate that at all. We're person-led, so we let the people we support decide what their recovery looks like, and we walk alongside them. It's a fine distinction, but I think it's an important one because we don't pretend to be the expert in anyone else's life. We're essentially passengers. I think that makes a very big difference. I think it's an essential aspect. It depends on the person, really. I think a trusting relationship with your workers is really important. It's really about finding a way for a person to find that within themselves. So no one's recovery happens because someone else wants them to do it. It's particularly critical that we have designated lived experience workers in our workforce. The value that that brings to the service is immense. I think it cuts through a lot of the noise and it gets right to the core of what we do, that we have people who actually lead into their profession with that. Peer workers are designated lived experience workers, so they do the same job as a CRSW and more, I would say, because they facilitate groups. I think pretty much most people in these lines of work, they have some lived experience of their own, even if they're not in a designated role, and that's certainly my experience. I have mental health in my family, I've experienced my own struggles, and I think helping people through that is a very important thing. So we have a few options. The ICS and NAPS programs are referral only. We can get referrals from clinical services. There's a walk-in service called the UMHCC just down the road, the Urgent Mental Health Care Centre. They're a direct referral partner. We have other urgent care centres in the north and south of Adelaide that can do the same, but predominantly we get our referrals from community mental health teams. But we do have a Wellness Connect program as well, which is our federally funded program, and that is the self-referral pathway. We try to have a no wrong doors policy, so if somebody calls us up or sends us an email or something like that with a query, we always try to respond and point them in the right direction, even if our service isn't quite the right fit. So at the moment, we have a cooking group one week, we have a art group, and then it will be an outing, I believe, the following week. So it goes on a 3-week cycle. So the outings can be quite variable. Often it's a coffee catch up, sometimes it's an activity. The group essentially decides week to week what the activity will be. In South Australia, we only provide psychosocial support, so that's a non-clinical service. We support people in the community. We work in collaboration with their clinical care teams and anyone that's important to them as well. But we do not replicate the clinical treatment experience. So we support people, we can offer them moral support in appointments with doctors and that sort of thing. But our main objective is to support people in their everyday life out in the community. So building up their daily routines, helping with social connections, and addressing social isolation is a huge part of what we do. We do offer some sorts of transport supports and that sort of thing, but generally we foster independence. So it might be teaching somebody how to use and navigate the public transport system, how to maintain their home, and if they're struggling with anything that we can't help them build that capacity in, linking them with the correct service that can do that longer term. It's a big part of what we do too.